Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Listen, I love this show. This is probably one of the, for me, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Y'all know it was always Atlanta, Potomac, really the Black Housewives. I'm just going to be honest. We only really got two, predominantly, Black cast. Um, this is probably the first group of white women I like go up for. Girl, like I really do think that this is a solid cast for a housewife show. I really, really do. I do. Like I love Salt Lake City. Everybody comes to work except for that girl Mickey Mouse. What's her name? Melanie. I don't know. I don't even know her name. She pops her face in. It's Whitney's friend. She pops her face in, and they'll throw her name on the screen. But she barely, Girl, why is she on my TV screen? I hate. One thing I don't. One thing I. Let me just complain for like 30 seconds. One thing I hate is when they put a girl on the show and then it, for whatever reason, is not working out. I just feel like you just wasted a space. Like, girl, that could have been for another girl. Another girl could have had her shot down to the Bravo. So yeah, anyways, let's get into it. I'm not gonna lie, the first like 30 minutes I was uninterested. It's not to say that it was because it was Meredith's, was it Bob Mitzvah? Um, I just wasn't interested in a lot of stuff that was going on. I felt like the conversations were just like, okay, whatever. So this was really my first time out of 12 episodes where I felt like it started off really slow and I was about to turn my TV off, honestly. Um, but other than that, the last like 20 minutes, when I tell you, the way I was over here screaming in my apartment, let's just get into it. We're just going to talk. We're just talking. So Meredith has 3 kids. I didn't know she had 3 kids. Maybe she mentioned she had 3 kids and I just don't remember. But she has the girl, the boy, and then she has another boy, Reed. He lives in New York. Um, he is never on the show. She said he's very private and all that good stuff. Um, I get so confused when I see snow. I live in Texas. We don't have snow. Um, so I remember when my best friend, she moved to Colorado for a couple of years, and I went down. When she was moving, we drove down. Girl, that drive was horrible. Anyways, we drove down because her girlfriend was already there. Anyways, and I remember just driving by and seeing snow on the mountains, but it was hot outside. And I was like, oh, whatever. But this was my first time seeing snow scattered all around. But the women were outside. Some had coats on, some didn't have coats on. Not Meredith. Bronwyn had her arms out. It was a couple. Then I saw Britney at one point had her coat over her arms. So I'm like, is it hot? Is it cold? Because I guess me assuming that just because there's snow everywhere, that it was freezing outside. And so of course I Googled it. Um, and they said sometimes just because there is snow doesn't necessarily mean that it's cold. I guess it just depends on like the area or where you're at. I don't know, girl. But I was just like, that I just thought that was interesting to see all that snow, but still people outside with their arms out. Because I would assume that it would have been freezing. Anyways, I just want to put that out there. Okay. Mary, they asked, "Is Mary coming?" They showed a flashback clip of Mary having a conversation with Angie. You know, last week the last 5 minutes was a very sad episode. Well, not the entire episode, but the last 5 minutes. The conversation that Mary had with her son Robert Jr. Mary's really not opening up to any of the ladies. I mean, I get it. That's a very sensitive topic, and not only is it a sensitive topic, it's also a sensitive topic that involves her son. You know, so and Mary has every reason not to trust these women. and even if she, like it's just a sensitive conversation, and you have to really, even though with her being on a reality show, we know, of course, what's going on because we're watching. But I can see how that's not something that you would just want to go around at least telling the people. She had the conversation for the viewers, right? But I can see how that could not be a conversation that you go around even with your friend group and tell. Um, but she didn't even tell Angie. Angie just basically told her, she wants to talk. She's there in a nutshell. Um, so yeah, Britney feels. Let me say something. I actually like Britney. I really want them to bring everybody back next season, except for the girl. What's her name? Mickey Mouse. Girl, I don't know. The girl. She pops up. I think she's Whitney's friend. She pops up, but she rarely says anything. I hate when they do stuff like that on these shows because I feel like, one, girl, why is she on my TV screen? And then two, like they kind of did with Dr. Alicia on Married to Medicine. Girl, she was always in the scenes, but girl, we never heard her speak until towards the end. Girl, I just feel like that's a wasted space. You could have gave that opportunity to another girl. Okay, I'm sure it's another girl who would kill to be on Bravo. And girl, you got her whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her. But anyways, um, but yeah, I want them to bring everybody back. Britney is a Kiki. I didn't realize how I didn't realize how funny Britney was until this episode. Like, I guess it's just the way that she acts. Like Britney, like, this is no shade to the white girls, but Britney acts like a white woman. like to me, like Cal of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she always acts like a white woman. So I know that sounds crazy. The girls know what I'm talking. The girls who know, girl, know what I'm talking about. Girl, always like when Cal like gets called out by the reach, she's always shocked, like, how dare you say that? You're like Britney, we running around the room like, oh my god, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. She got me a slut. I'm living. Yeah, Brittany is a kiki. Um. Anyway, so Brittany was talking to Bronwyn and the other girl, girl Monica. I don't know, Melanie, Mouse, Mickey. I don't know. She was talking to Brittany. Brittany was talking to Bronwyn and the other chick, and she's basically upset because Angie accused her of sleeping with all those men, and she was basically saying she's extra sensitive to her religion. Girl, I'm so sick, girl. But y'all, it's no shade. It's no shade. It's no shade. Girl. The girl. We back in the day when I was heavily involved in church, we used to always call it lukewarm, right? When you're not really quite there in your relationship, I guess, with God, and living your life according to the way that God wants you to live your life. Girl, that's Brittany. Brittany is lukewarm. Brittany be trying to play girl, Brittany. Brittany is in, I guess Brittany is in that same situation that a lot of the girls and boys are in, where you want to live your life, but then you also have the shackles on your feet, girl, to what they say you're supposed to live your life. So Brittany is, she's ultra sensitive to her religion, that Angie is telling people that she is. Angie didn't say she was sleep. Did she say sleeping with? Maybe she did say sleeping. But she's dating 3 different guys. But Brittany, you're the person who still came out and said that you're dating like 10 people, but you're only seriously involved for like 3, but then you drink alcohol, right? And you're drinking on the show, but then when Angie brings you a bottle of wine to your house, then you have a fit because how dare you bring this alcohol to my house, because now the church folk are here and they're gonna know I'm drinking when they're not supposed to know I'm drinking, because I'm really not supposed to be drinking, but I'm gonna drink on the show. Like, like Brittany is confused. Brittany is confused, girl. No, girl, we not being sensitive, girl. You just don't know. You just need to make up your mind on what you're gonna do, girl. Either you're gonna be in it or you're gonna be out. you know. Anyways, she says that basically, while Angie is trying to call her a slut, and that she sleeps with all these different men, maybe that's what her and Sean are doing. Did y'all hear her say Sean's name? She said Sean's name. I said, girl, here we go. I said, girl, they about to start, girl, they about to start calling Sean a punk again. Girl, Sean know he fine. Sean, Angie's husband, that's a fine white man. That is a Sean is a fine. That is a fine white man, girl. Angie, if you don't want him, girl, I'd slam dunk him tonight. That Sean is fine. He is. Anyways, let me stop listing up y'all husbands. Girl, last time y'all was ready to cancel Chloe because y'all said Chloe ain't got no business saying she had a crush on Kendrick Lamar. Even though every time I look up, girl, y'all talking about fucking Lorenz Tate and Morris Chestnut. I be doing the same thing, but I wasn't calling Chloe no slut. Anyways, I'm talking about Chloe Bailey, the singer. Anyways, girl, okay. Um, Bronwyn basically tells the girls, Brittany and girl Melinda, that Angie is pretty much an attention whore. That's what she was getting at. She's an attention whore and she always has something to say. She's always pulling a stunt. One minute she has a scroll. The next minute she's kicking her chair over. Then the next minute she's dropping F-bombs. We're not going to sit here and lie. As much as I like Angie, and I want to go on the record and say this. I'm always the one who be telling y'all that the girls are the girls. I told y'all Angie's first season, even though I thought Angie was a tryhard, I remember coming down here, girl. I want the cousins. Cousins, tell the truth. Do y'all remember me coming back down here and saying, y'all know what? Angie actually is not that bad. She was on Watch What Happens Live, okay? And I rarely watch What Happens Live, unless it's somebody who I just look like a Kenya Moore or somebody like that. But that night I saw Angie, and I was, let me just see what she's talking about. And I think Sean was in the audience too. I think this quiet is kept. I think the real reason I watched because of Sean old big thick ass. Okay, but anyway, so I was down there. I was watching Watch What Happens Live, and I was like, "Oh, Angie, actually, really, she's really not that bad." And I was like, "Okay," and then I started thinking, like, "Okay, maybe she's just doing team too much for the show." But when she was on when she was on, Watch What Happens Live, I was like, "Oh, okay, she's actually, she's like a likable person." And now, girl, the people love Angie. Anyways, girl. But yeah, I can still see, even though we like Angie, Angie, she does pull the stunts. She does try to put on for the TV, right? Her pulling out the scroll, girl. Nobody walks around with the scroll. Her kicking her chair. Nobody is like we look like, girl. What are you doing? Um, but yeah. So Mary, when I tell y'all, bitch, now this shit right here had me. This had me screaming. Mary showed up. Okay. So Mary shows up to the Bob Mitzvah, right? And she didn't know how to get in the building. And when I tell y'all, those producers, those cameramen stood there and watched that lady. So I want y'all to imagine this. You walking up. So you're in the room. Meredith is in the front of the room. She's doing her thing. And it's all glass windows around. But there's like a shade pulled down. How you could see on the outside, but they can't see on the inside. So Mary is walking by, so everybody can see Mary because we're facing towards the windows. And as Mary is walking by, she's looking in the bitch, listen, bitch. So Mary's walking by and she's stopping and looking in the windows trying to see, girl, where am I at? What's going on? She can't see them, but they can see her. And at one point, when Meredith was up in front of the I was about to say the congregation, in front of the people, girl, you can see Mary in the back doing like this, looking through the window. The way I was over here screaming at the top of my lungs. And then Mary finally found how to get in to Oh, girl. Then she finally found out how to get it into the room. I mean, to the building. Anyways, um, y'all know I love Meredith. Meredith, low key girl. If we're gonna be honest, girl, Meredith, low key be giving friend of. We, I know everybody can't put on every season. Everybody ain't gotta come on the show and act a fool. But Meredith has kind of faded into the background. Meredith was giving me friend of this season. She was. But one thing I do love about Meredith, girl, Meredith be so dramatic. I live when I say I live for a dramatic white woman. When Meredith was up, and I'm not trying to make fun because I know Meredith was a very emotional time. Even Lisa was in the audience crying. Seth was crying. So this was a very emotional time, right? But girl, I guess because Meredith is so dramatic when she speaks, she be shaking and shit. When Meredith got that napkin, girl, Meredith had a napkin. Girl, she was up there talking and she was like, I said, this bitch is so dramatic. I love Meredith. Meredith is a key to me. Anyways, girl. Meredith and Mary apologize to each other. It's nothing that should hold them. If they, and we know how this thing goes, right, girl? They have to go through this, what they say, 3 times, right? They film it, then they watch it on TV, and then they have to go through it again at the reunion. This is nothing for them to fall out over. If Mary and Meredith fall out over this, after the season is all, once it's said and done, girl, they will never friends to begin with. Anyways, so Angie pulls Bronwyn to the side because she wants to speak to Bronwyn because she knows there's some mess between them because of what happened at the camp day thingy. And Angie says, I want to start off the right foot. You look nice. I love your dress. And then Bronwyn was like, well, I hope after that follows with an apology. And then Angie says, and then Angie basically says, well, I was hoping I was going to get an apology too. And she said, you think you deserve an apology? Oh, God. Oh. And then Angie actually did apologize, but for whatever reason, Bronwyn was not accepting the apology. I don't know if it was because Bronwyn wanted an apology because she felt like Angie was cursing at her too much. Like, girl, you kept dropping the F-bombs, cursing at me. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's a difference, Angie really did pull the old switcheroo in that conversation. Angie was like, basically, bitch, out of all the curse words you use dick, pussy, you say the F word, but all of a sudden, girl, you offended because I was saying the F word? Girl, she switched it. Girl, she did switch it up on Bronwyn. The difference is, Bronwyn, it's a difference, and everybody knows this. It's a difference between using cuss words and getting your ass cursed out. Okay? Angie, you was cursing Bronwyn out. Okay? When Bronwyn was using when Bronwyn was telling Lisa, girl, you want me to just ride your dick? That's not necessarily cursing out Lisa. Right? Now she's using a curse word. Oh, some people say it's a curse word, but girl, it's really not. But because if it was, they would bleep it out on Bravo. Anyways, so they bleep out the F word. They don't bleep out dick. Okay. So, anyways, her using the word dick, and when she's upset at Lisa, is not the same thing, in my opinion, as somebody telling you, girl, to shut the F up. Now that's getting your ass cursed out, okay? But Angie pulled the old switcheroo. When she tried to pull the old switcheroo right on Bronwyn, and tell her, girl, your mouth is just as potty and crass as everybody else's. Now all of a sudden you offended because I'm cursing, girl. You curse just as much as us. That's how Angie tried to switch it up on Miss Bronwyn. Anyways, um, Angie, of course, is about to walk away. One thing I don't like that Bronwyn does, Bronwyn will walk away from a conversation. She did it to Lisa in Palm Springs. She did it another time too, and she was about to do it this time, and then Angie stopped her. Like, girl, that's a cheap way. Girl, the Bronwyn tried to say, "You're calling me cheap, girl? Ain't nobody calling you cheap, bitch. I'm saying, girl, you trying to ease your way out the conversation. Let's finish what we started." Girl, that's what Angie basically was telling Bronwyn. And then and then Angie wait. I think anyway, they started getting into like what Angie says about people. And I don't remember Angie saying that Britney screwed Tim. Maybe she did. I was gonna go back and watch the last episode. Well, not the last episode, the part between Britney and Angie. But when they played the clip back, Angie did say 3 guys. Girl, like that's a girl. Girl, Angie said, I didn't say that Britney was this Britney was fucking 10 guys. I said 3. Girl, Brit Brown was talking about, girl, is there a difference? Hell yeah. Bitch. Hell yeah, it's a difference between somebody saying you fuck 10 niggas versus 3. What the fuck? It's a difference between a threesome and it's a difference between a big ass orgy. Okay? Hell yeah, it's a difference. Okay? It's a difference. Well, I guess, well, she said 3. But you know what I'm trying to say, 4, some whatever. Or there's a difference between having somebody say you had sex with 3 versus 10. Okay? Todd. Okay, I don't have no issues with Todd, but I do want Todd to go. At first I thought I was gonna kind of go up for Todd because Todd is a rich old white man who don't stand for no shit. I think Todd is now in a situation where he has no control. Todd at work is probably, the head nigga in charge. And in his home, he runs the home, right? Clearly. In this environment, Todd is not in control. And I don't think that Bronwyn really set him down to explain to him how this housewife world works. And that way, in that instance, I do think she set him up for failure. um, Todd gonna have to leave the show. He's gonna have to leave the show. One, if he stays on, that marriage will not last. I guarantee you. If Todd stays on the show, that marriage not gonna last. If they want the marriage to last, Todd just has to stop filming. And yes, Todd does not have to film. If Michael Darby cannot film, and Ashley been on the show since season 1, and we ain't seen Michael Darby's face in 3 or 4 seasons. Hello, if Juan Dixon, girl, half-ass film and don't even show up to the reunions, girl, Todd doesn't have to film. And I think that for me, when he does film, it just needs to be, I don't know. I feel like he messes, because this is a reality show. This is a show. And I feel like he does mess up the scenes sometimes. I mean, it gives us something to talk about in a way, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Todd. I don't. Cause I be feeling like, girl, let Bronwyn go in her bag. Cause when Bronwyn saw cussing the girls out, let her cuss the girls out. Here you come. And like I said, girl, that just goes to show that Todd is married to a stranger, because the way that Bronwyn acts is not just that horrible. Girl, we see Dr. Heavenly on Married to Medicine act a complete fool, and Damon just sit there because Damon knows his wife. Hello? Bronwyn used 1 or 2 cuss words, and girl, Todd be about to have a fit. But if you really knew your wife, then you wouldn't be on TV talking about, I've never seen that side of you before. Girl, how? Y'all been married to how long? And then when he grabbed her by her shoulders, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When he grabbed Bronwyn by her shoulders and kind of like tried to turn her, I didn't like that. I didn't like it. I don't give a damn if that is her husband. I didn't like the way that he grabbed her shoulders. And I'm standing on it. I didn't like it. Now she ain't, it ain't me here and grab mine. Okay? So I mean, I ain't got nothing to do with it at the end of the day. But I don't like the way he grabbed Bronwyn's shoulders. Girl, I would have snatched my girl, husband and all. Don't grab me like that. One that now that is embarrassing, right? Because one, you've already pretty much tried to shush her, even though I did understand him not wanting to have the conversation about his stepdaughter at the table. Now you grabbing her by her shoulders like you do, but see that's the dynamic that you have when you date these rich, powerful white men, and then you come in, old enough to be his daughter, young enough to be his daughter, however you want to say it, and he pretty much does have some type of control over the relationship. That's what comes with it. You want the lifestyle, and this white man, this rich white man, gonna provide it, girl. He also gonna tell you to shut the fuck up too. He also gonna tell you don't talk like that. Don't say that. He also grab you by your shoulders. Well, girl, hell, the poor ones, girl, quiet as it's kept the poor ones to do that. Anyways, girl, let me shut up. Todd basically he comes over and tries to break up the scene between Angie and Bronwyn. He offers Angie a drink, and Angie, I ain't gonna lie, Bronwyn was basically, I ain't gonna lie. Bronwyn basically told Todd, you ain't bringing that bitch shit. Okay? And I don't give a damn about no apology. You could apologize to him. I ain't buying that apology shit. You ain't bringing her nothing. That's pretty much what Bronwyn told Todd, because Todd offered her a glass of wine. Do you want me to get you a glass of wine, Angie? Bronwyn said, hell no, she can go get her own shit. Okay. Oh, Bronwyn and Britney became friends. When I tell you, it was a mess. Bronwyn and Britney became friends, and Britney was like, "Oh, hopefully we can be friends for a hot minute." When I tell you, bitch, it lasted a hot minute. so Angie and um, so Angie and Britney get into it because Bronwyn tells Angie, "Well, girl, since we over here talking, Britney basically thinks you're a slut because you called her one." When Bronwyn said Britney wanted to be friends for a hot minute, I gave her a solid five. That shit is over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These white women are a key to me. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I do. Baby, when I tell you Angie, baby, Angie started wearing Britney low to the point she had that lady crying. Ah! When I tell you Angie was wearing Britney out, she had Britney, girl, running around the room. Britney didn't know if she was coming or going. When I tell you, bitch, she was wearing Britney. Girl, Britney was running around that room. Girl, she was going from table to table. Bitch, this bitch ran behind the curtain. Girl, she ready to go. Girl, she done grabbed a cocktail. Where's my purse? Where are my car keys? I got to get up out of here, girl. When I tell you, Britney was all over the place. I think I have it. Hold up. This was Britney, girl. This was Angie. I'll tell you, Angie was wearing her low. Listen to this. I don't look like I have a high body count, and I don't dress like I have a high body count. And I don't wear my hair like I have a high body count. Do you think my hair looks cheap? It looks a little corny.
is. Do you really mean it? You think my hair looks that looks like high body count hair. This does not, that does not, that does not. That's high body count hair. That's a high body count dress. Those are high body count heels. If you're going to call me slutty, I think I look like a mother. And who's actually with her nipple hanging out? I'm in serious shock. Do I look slutty? Do I look slutty? You know what, Angie? Screw you. No, screw you. No, screw slutty, Britney. Break your little bumper and walk away.
Girl, she's like, girl, you got a high body count. Girl, that's a high body count hair. That's a high body count dress. Those are high body count heels. Oh, bitch! Bitch, when I tell you, bitch, I am girl dead. Baby, when I tell you Angie sold her girl, that's high body count hair. That's a high body count dress and some high body count heels. Girl, you look like a slut. You like a slut from the 90s. Okay? Bitch. Why you trying to slut shame somebody? This is when you want to talk when I tell you, bitch. So Meredith, girl. Meredith finally clocked in, girl, the last 5 minutes of the episode. Girl, so they tell Meredith that Britney is upset because basically Angie was slut shaming her, girl. And Meredith gets triggered and she kicks Angie out, even though girl quiet as kept. Girl, Lisa was slut shaming you too. Was it season 1? Was that when Lisa had the hot mic moment of season 3? Or season 2, I can't remember, girl. Anyways, so Meredith, she kicks Angie out, and Angie was in the hallway. When I tell you what Angie said, when Angie was in the hallway, when Angie said, because Meredith, she says, "You kicking me out? I brought you a gift." She told Lisa that that fucking tacky bitch showed up empty. That's how I love. You know I love an ignorant diva. You know I love a diva who cuss your ass out. That's it. Angie said that fucking tacky bitch showed up empty-handed. Girl, Lisa, no. Don't say anything you're gonna regret. I'm not gonna regret shit. Can't remember. Remember on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, was it last year when Erica Jane was cussing everybody out, girl? From the living room, girl, to the hallway, to the dining room, girl. Erica was girl, in the garage. Girl, Erica made it to the car. She was still cursing. That reminded me. Girl, Angel was walking out the building still calling them bitches. Oh! Girl, Angel was walking out the building still cursing. Because I know that's right. Oh! Girl, this show is a kiki to me. Ugh. Anyways, when Lisa told Britney that she did need some treatment, I cannot pronounce it. It's like Carastas Thermantique or something. Girl, I can pronounce it, girl. But she was telling Britney, girl, you could use a little treatment to your hair. Girl, this episode was a mess. What else? Girl, Whitney got into it with Lisa for a little bit. Whitney feels like Whitney, and I think Angie both feel like Bronwyn is twisting their words. I think Bronwyn did put a little extra steak on it, some sauce, because the way that I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when she delivered it, she did, because like when people add curse words in it, it does make it worse than what it was. I think it was more so Whitney talking about not trusting Lisa. At the end of the day, girl, I don't think she really put any stake on it necessarily for Lisa. I mean, for Whitney, maybe Angie at the time. I can't remember, girl. Y'all gonna have to remind me. Yeah. So, anyways, Meredith kicked kicked Angie out, and then when they brought Angie, girl, her coat, she said, "This is not my coat. That's Britney's." Because she threw it. Girl, I tell you, the girls was cutting up this episode. Girl, the last 20 minutes, I think it was like the last 20 minutes. And then girl, it was funny when Lisa started narrating the episode towards the end, and she was like, "This is so out of hand. Meredith hates Angie. Bronwyn hates Angie. Angie hates Britney, and I hate Whitney." Girl, this show is funny to me. Why don't I love Salt Lake City? It's funny. It's funny. This is a good cast. It is. It really, really is. Ugh. Anyways. And that was pretty much it, girl. If I forgot something, girl, we'll have to just talk about it next week. Oh, girl, Brittany was like, she said my hair is slut. She said, when Brittany was talking to Whitney, she was like, she said my hair is slutty. She said my tits are slutty. These bitches is crazy. Oh, girl. Oh, girl, this show is funny to me. Anyways, mm. Oh, wait. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.